What's up everyone, it's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at RussoLifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What's up everyone, it's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. So today is a clout video. Yay! I'm seriously trying to get my YouTube algorithm up and going, so I appreciate everyone who has been liking my videos as well as commenting. It really does help a lot, and I'm starting to see my algorithm trend again, right? I'm starting to get back into recommendations, and I'm also starting to actually get my videos sent to all my subscribers, right? Most of my subscribers weren't even getting my videos, so please hit the bell when you hit subscribe. Thanks. So today I'm going to be reacting, responding, ranting about Derek More Plates, More Dates video on my blood work. So my blood work video, which was going over my blood work after 20 plus cycles, which I'll get to later in the video. I got 7,000 views, and then Derek's reaction got over 100,000 views. So awesome that so many people got to see, what it's like to read blood work, right? So many people found it informative enough. So I'm really happy about that. Now, I had this video sent to me over, 100 times now on what do I think of this video, right? So Derek first off asked me, if I wanted to view the video before he released it. I said no. I think he should be, free to make whatever critique he wants on the video. It's not like, it's all fair use. I'm not gonna like Nazi Germany what he wants to say. He's allowed to say whatever he wants, but people were DMing me, oh, Derek made you look so stupid. Oh, Derek, he's gonna steal all the clout. Like, honestly. And then you have people on the other side who are like, oh no, he mostly agreed with you. So I sat down, watched the whole 50 minutes, and I really don't have anything bad to say about the video. I liked the video. I liked how many people it reached, and I liked all the information in the video, right? Now you have a really good video on two people talking about bodybuilding blood work, and then I made a simplified video going over my blood work, and then Derek expanded on that and talked about things that you should look into or certain markers that I didn't get tested. So I think overall the amount of information in that video is a gold mine, as well as you get to see honest blood work. So I'm happy about the video. I really don't have a negative outlook on that video. I think Derek was perfectly, so yeah, I think Derek had every right to make whatever critique he wanted of the video. He asked me before he released it if I wanted to watch it. I said no. He should be able to release whatever he wants on that video. I put that video out there for critique into the public, but I was very interested to see the response of that video. And I'll throw up some screenshots, but the response kind of disgusts me, right? So I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant here. So I did not pad that blood work. So I did not flush niacin to fix my cholesterol right before, stay on a high dosage of Clomid to make my natural tests look better, use Cardarine to fix my HDL before. I didn't do any of the make my blood work look good, right? That was completely representative of all those cycles, and there was no padding going on. There was no hiding things in the blood work, none of that. So I don't really get why people would give me, so I don't really get the response to this video. Most of the response is, first off, after 23 cycles, I look like shit. Listen, I've been bulking the entire time. I'm trying to get to a stage weight for classic physique. I don't see a point and shredding down and cutting until I can get lean at the stage weight I need to get lean at. And when I'm younger, I would much rather stress my body out and put size on versus later down the line. A lot of people saying that I'm small. I never really get how 240 to 260 pounds at 6 feet tall is small. If you think that's small, I think you're delusional. And yeah, I'm not going to look as 3D not shredded, right? I said in the video I was fat, and I still have bicep veins being this fat. I still have separation being this fat. That's how much lean tissue I'm carrying. So the other criticism is my genetics suck. So it's like, are you just used to seeing genetic phenoms all the time? So anyone who's not a genetic phenom, their genetics suck. In my opinion, my genetics are average. I definitely don't think they suck. I looked at a lot of the physiques that were critiquing and criticizing me and just talking shit, honestly. And they looked like nothing, right? They didn't even look like what I achieved at 18 natty. They didn't look like that. And that was back when I was lean. So it's like, wait till I cut. I know it's been put off forever. This year fucked me over. It's fine. But I really just like seeing that toxicity, which I'm super used to dealing with. It doesn't really bother me. I've been dealing, and I know I will be dealing with toxicity based on the type of content I make. And, you know, it's fine, right? I don't think that that should be censored. It's just a very poor, but at the same time, you know, I'm just kind of disgusted by the overall general response, right? You have me coming out completely honest with unpadded blood work and, you know, showing all the side effects, being completely transparent and going through mitigation steps. And then you had Derek expanding on that. And then I go in the comments and it's nothing really informative. And most people are talking shit, especially on the Instagram where I can see what these people look like. It's just like, I don't get how you can call me small now. I mean, I've literally outgrown all my clothes, and I'm happy that I'm shrinking back down to 220. I'm happy that I'm getting smaller. So I want to get smaller right now. It's just, if someone's going to come out honest like that, and then the fitness industry, you know, rewards them with that reaction, which was completely toxic, I just don't understand how I make this informative video and all of it is just, oh, he looks like shit because I'm not super lean right now, right? It's not. I have not stopped linearly progressing since 18 and have continued to put on tissue and haven't even taken heavy cycles. That was the next thing I wanted to get into. So the next thing is like, after 23 cycles, he should look like this. First off, have you watched any of my shit? Obviously not. So the title's slightly clickbait, not clickbait. It is 20 plus cycles, but I think people have to understand the difference between doing cycles and experiments, right? So experiments, I wanted to see how far I could progress on SARMs only. Most of those cycles were 6 weeks of me, you know, pyramiding up on a dosage of a SARM, figuring out the sweet spot, and then stopping, right? It was not this elaborate, like, test GH insulin growth. Like, everything that people think, you know, I guess people think I ran 20 of those cycles. No, it's experiments, right? So I did a bunch of SARMs only experiments and then test base under the SARMs, right? And then I did a couple, you know, injectables, documented those and not high dosages. And then I documented a few orals other than SARMs. But in reality, I know what cycles I could take to get massive. Now, my whole thing is linear progression over these years, right? It's not, you know, blowing my load too early and not having to blast a bunch of gear at this age. All I care about is continuing my linear progression as well as, you know, obviously recompositioning my physique around a stage weight that I want to compete at. So it's just strange to me how my genetics are so terrible when all the people commenting look like shit. And besides the one competitor who has been obsessed with me, you've been fucking obsessed with me, dude, for years. And I just love seeing how much time you waste comment and put my name in your mouth and write it on your phone. So I mean, the reaction to this video, it's like, what is the point of coming out and being honest if you're going to receive that amount of criticism? You know, I'm used to it. I know that I'll always get criticism for what type of content I make and how brutally open and transparent I am. That's fine. It's been happening, you know, since I started this at 19 years old. So it's nothing new to me. It's just that if people want to come out of the woodwork, be completely open and honest, they want to share their blood work that could be much more fucked up than my blood work, right? I was not that concerned about my blood work, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that was. So there's some things I had to fix, but I thought after the injectable Ostrine that I could be facing pretty bad liver damage based on how that reacted to me. And, you know, just a bunch of risky things I did right before the blood work on top of getting fat and getting out of shape. So it's like, if someone wants to come out and be honest, they're going to receive criticism like that. And then someone who never talks about it or only talks about the positives gets put on this pedestal. And yeah, they might have better genetics than me that you can't even relate to, honestly. But, you know, they're being, you know, positive about it, right? I think that people should be rewarded for transparency and be, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me. So that's my thoughts, right? The fitness industry is kind of disgusting and how toxic it is. People who are trying to be open, transparent, educate the community, you know, I get shit on, which is fine. But just think of how many people would want to come out of the woodwork and how receiving that type of response after being so open and honest would determine how they would continue moving forward, right? It's just like, why even talk about it again? You know, I make a video discussing the 20 cycles I ran, and people don't understand the difference between experiments and cycles, and people don't understand that I know what type of cycles I could do to get massive, right? But my whole thing was I wanted to document solo runs. So I wanted to document individual compounds. That way you could see exactly what the compound did, the exact side effects of that particular compound, and the dosage I found specific. And those cycles or experiments, you know, most of them were SARMs only, right? I wanted to see how far I could progress on SARMs only, see the type of looks I could achieve on SARMs only. And most of those cycles were 6 weeks where I pyramided up and down on a dosage of a SARM, found the sweet spot, and then stopped, right? They were not multi-compound injectable cycles with HGH and insulin. There was nothing like that. So it's just like, kind of like, I even continued to linearly progress, right? I started my bodybuilding journey around, I think, 170 on YouTube, and then I was 260. So I'm going to look decent around 205, which puts me right in the mix for classic physique. Obviously, I can't change my fucking insertions. That's out of my control. I just don't get why I get criticized over being open and honest. So yeah, that's my thoughts. You know, I really did like the video that Derek made. I think it will go on to help a lot of people. It reached a lot of people, and it's a great video to get, you know, the basics of reading blood work for bodybuilding, as well as all the, other outliers, variables, and factors you should take into consideration. I think it's a great video. I'm disgusted by most of the feedback, right? I think it was redundant. I think calling a 6 foot, 250 pound person small when you're not even close to my weight, right? Even if I lost the 30 pounds of fat, you wouldn't be close to my weight. And you probably ran more shit than I've ran, right? And then people criticizing that I ran 20 plus cycles, copious amounts of gear. It's like the experiments, right? They're experiments. They were solo runs of SARMs only were most of those cycles. And then test base, which was 250 to 350 on top of a SARM, right? No multi-compound injectable cycles, no contest prep cycles. I've only done HGH for a week for a stunt in the Generation Iron video. So it's just like, you can criticize my genetics, right? But I've been linearly progressing since I started this YouTube channel. And I think my genetics are average. I don't think that I'm a genetic phenom. I never claimed to be a genetic phenom. But I think most of the people commenting genetics are around my genetics, and they're delusional on how big I actually am in person, or what I will look like when I'm finally shredded. I've never been completely shredded in my life. Like I said, I wanted to focus on putting on all the size at a young age, stressing my body out now, so I have a good stage weight to work with and can recomposition my physique without having to constantly do, these massive off seasons, because, I shred down every year and I never gain that much tissue. And then I go on stage and everyone's, has like 15 pounds of stage weight on you. You're going to look small. It'd be much better to just not waste the money and compete until you can hit that stage weight. That's my 2 cents, especially with my insertions, right? So you can critique my genetics, but it doesn't really have anything to do with my progression in classic physique, honestly. I think I can definitely compete at a local level at 23 years old right now. And I still have all these years where I haven't taken insane cycles. I left all the prep cycles, all the big cycles, if I wanted to take those risks, if I wanted to compete, right? If I got something out, if I was trying to aim for a certain look on a certain day, I left all those blasts on the table for my competitive career if I choose to progress that. I don't know if I will. I'm definitely going to do one show to see what I like or what I don't like about prep, and then go from there. But saying that I ran all this copious amounts of gear when it was progression of SARMs only, documenting SARMs only before introducing any steroids, which gives you the best representation of what SARMs only can do, and then putting a test base under it, right? They weren't insane cycles. I know cycles I could take that would make me look insane. It would also compromise my health way faster. And just in general, at 23, I would rather linearly progress till 30 versus blast shit until probably my body would give up around 25 if I blasted shit like these people do. In my opinion, I would not and can't blast shit like these other people, because I just know what's going on. I think these guys are fucking delusional with the dosages they take. But yeah, it's just like, I'd rather linearly progress. I haven't stopped linearly progressing. If you think 250 pounds with bicep veins and boulder shoulders is small at 6 foot, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't want to be 280 pounds. I don't want to be 300 pounds. I want to look good around 205 to 225 pounds. So I decided to bulk all these years so I could just get there and then recomposition my physique once I had the base amount of size to work with. So that's my opinion. I find it disgusting that, you know, the response is what it is. People making fun of my genetics, which I cannot control, and doesn't really even take away from the fact of the amount of progress I've made, right? It honestly makes it more impressive, the amount of progress I made when you watch my first videos on this channel versus my current physique. You will see, once I am cut, what my physique actually looks like, what my insertions fully look like, since I don't know how people even judge insertions at this body fat or judge my actual physique at this body fat. Kind of perplexes me. But again, have to expect under 100 IQ in the comments, and then, you know, going on a limb and criticizing me for coming out being perfectly transparent, not padding my blood work. I could have made my blood work look a lot better, but I decided not to give an accurate representation and just to continue my documentation and being completely unbiased. So I like the video that Derek made. I think it will go on to help a lot of people who are concerned about getting their blood work or don't know what to look like for their blood work. That was basically, you know, a very expensive consultation, which he basically gave you guys all for free, right? He sat there for an hour and went over every possible scenario and variable on my blood work, as well as suggested other things and better tests to have a full indication on what's going on. I don't really see why the response is how it is, but that's what I assume with the fitness industry. It doesn't matter, right? These people get put on the pedestal, who are genetic phenoms, who don't talk about PEDs, but everyone else, you know, they get shat on. And at 23, I don't think I'm small, right? I don't want to get much bigger than I currently am. I really like being and having a bit of mobility, to be honest. And I want to get back into wrestling and then go into jiu-jitsu on the weekends, honestly. So need to get my flexibility and mobility back. I don't know if my shoulders will be able to take the jiu-jitsu, but we'll see how my stretching goes. But yeah, that's my response. Hope everyone is doing well.